Sonic the Hedgehog, The Werehog's Awakening Chapter 8. He's a Werehog.
As the day went by, Sonic was back to acting his normal self, even though there was a time when I found him tearing up his bedroom curtains. I asked Sonic if he wanted to talk about it, but he told me that everything was fine. After telling him okay, weirdly I left him to be alone. I found Knuckles in his room watching some videos. He didn't hesitate and told me to come in. After pausing his video, he said,
I too have noticed how weird Sonic has been acting. I saw him waiting at his leg.
I told him I saw the same thing as well. We both thought that it was weird. Was Sonic going crazy, or did he have some kind of illness? We both weren't too sure about it. Once supper rolled around, Sonic ate his food normally, which was good. Me and Knuckles were eyeing him. Tom and Maddie already knew what we were up to since we told them that we were going to be spying on Sonic for a bit. He's eating normally. I whispered to Knuckles.
I guess that's a good thing.
Knuckles whispered back. Next thing we knew, Sonic had placed his utensils down and shoved his whole face towards his food. He even started eating like a dog. Once he was done, everyone was staring at him.
What?
Nothing. I ended up saying I didn't want to tell Sonic that we were spying on him or that he had a weird attitude. Sonic then cleaned his dish and retreated to his room, shutting the door behind him. I wanted to talk to him, but Maddie stopped me by saying that he should have summoned on time. Oh, Sonic, I thought to myself as I looked at the door to Sonic's room. I wanted him to be fine as rain. That was it. Sure, he had to be okay. He had to.
Sonic's point of view.
Once I was in my room, I plopped under my bed and shoved my face into my pillow. What is wrong with me? Why am I acting like a dog? I screamed. I happened to realize that this was a side effect of me being a werehog. I grabbed a werewolf comic and reread it quickly. Some werewolves had dog side effects, while others didn't. That was weird, because I really was acting like a dog down there. Barking and growling at Tails and Knuckles, biting my leg, tearing up my curtains, sitting in a dog position on the couch, and even eating like a dog back down at the table. All of those were doggish side effects. This was getting out of hand. It was like I was losing control of my werehog form. I didn't know what was gonna happen when I transformed the next night, and I was doing really good at controlling my new form. Guess my dog-like behavior did make my family suspicious of me. I would just have to try and tone it down until I could fix this mess. When the darkness rolled around, I knew I would be changed soon, so I decided to be ready for it. When everyone was asleep, and when it was near midnight, I slipped out of my room and into the darkness. At least I managed to not get caught, I thought to myself. When the full moon appeared, the pain from last night came back to me, causing me to scream a bit. As I changed back into a werehog, I did scream a bit, but it wasn't loud. Surely no one heard me, right?
Tails' point of view.
I woke up to the sound of someone screaming in pain. I happened to notice that it was a full moon tonight. Had something happened to Sonic? I went to check on him and it turned out that he was gone. He had left his room without word. I immediately woke up Knuckles as soon as I got to his room. I know it was 10 minutes until midnight, but I had to get Knuckles right away. We both went outside towards the wooded part of our house. That was when I gasped. We both saw pieces of ripped fabric on the ground. They almost looked like Sonic's gloves. I examined them and they were Sonic's gloves 100%. Something has happened to him, I exclaimed.
Then what could have happened? You said you heard someone screaming in pain.
Knuckles exclaimed. I shook my head, but soon we happened to hear a soft growl from behind the trees. We both got into a battling position.
Who's there?
Knuckles snarled.
I don't think you want to see me like this.
The voice called out. He and Knuckles looked at each other confused. That voice, it was deeper and a bit gruff, but it almost sounded like Sonic's voice. Sonic, is that you? I asked. The voice stopped talking and everything was silent.
Sonic's point of view.
Oh shoot, they found out. I thought to myself. I looked from behind my hiding spot to see Tails and Knuckles.
Don't be scared, Sonic. Come on out.
Tails said. I got a bit nervous. Even my legs were shaking and my tail was tucked in between my legs. Guess I still kinda acted like a dog in this form too. Please, I don't want to embarrass myself or get you too freaked out, I then said. Knuckles then spoke up.
Sonic, we know it's you. So are you gonna show yourself or what?
He then said. I sighed. It was time they knew already. Tails, Knuckles, I'm going to come out, but please don't freak out, okay? I asked them. They both didn't say anything. This was it. I had to be brave, so with my tail returning to its normal position, I stepped out of my hiding place and revealed myself to Tails and Knuckles. Tails was about to scream, but I covered his mouth.
Caleb told you not to freak out.
I exclaimed. Tails nodded, and I removed my hand from his mouth. He didn't scream, but he did end up saying,
You're a werewolf!
Then I told him to keep it down since I didn't want Tom and Maddie seeing me like this. I ended up replying to Tails' words by saying,
I'm more like a Werehog. I still have Hedgehog features, you know.
I pointed to my quills, and Tails instantly saw them.
You are more of a werehog?
He replied. Knuckles then looked at me and said,
Sonic, is that really you because you don't look like him?
I was about to speak up, but Tails, after looking at my quills, said,
Yes, it's him, Knuckles. I would recognize his voice from anywhere.
I laughed a bit. Tails was known for his good sense of humor, too. He then hugged me.
Oh, Sonic, I'm so happy that you are okay. I was worried sick.
Tails said happily. Then Tails let me go. He was just very happy to see me and such. I then apologized for barking at them that morning after my run. I just didn't know what came over me, same went for the other times I acted weird in front of them. They both said it was fine.
Oh my gosh, Sonic, I want to know so much more about you, okay, if I do so?
Tails said. He was starting to freak out in a good way.
I guess so. Just don't tell Tom and Maddie. I'm too scared to tell them or show myself to them.
I replied. Tails nodded. He just wanted to get down to business. So we all walked into the wooded section near home. It was just for tonight. The three of us, Knuckles and Tails, would finally be able to experience the forest at night like I did, and get to experience my new appearance a little bit more. This was going to be quite an interesting night tonight.